Assalamualaikum and very good day. We are from Group 34, consisting of Nurul Ain Kristina binti Anwar Zamani, Nurul Aina Alia binti Ghazali, and Nurul Aina Sakina binti Asli. Today we will be presenting our final year project titled Consumer Awareness and Perception Towards Green Delivery Services among students at UMK Ppta.
I want to present about background of the study. The first point is environmental impact and e-commerce growth. E-commerce has been growing strongly in the past few years, especially among college students. Online buying is made very convenient by platforms like Shopee, Lazada, and TikTok Shop. However, this convenience has an impact on the environment. Increased parcel delivery result in higher carbon emission and packaging waste. Consumer knowledge of green delivery options such as carbon neutral shipping or eco-friendly packaging is still low, even business starting selling them. Since students at UMK show some awareness for the environment, their action and decision can be in conflict. This demonstrates that understanding does not always lead to inaction, illustrating the need to learn more about how students see green delivery service. This point is limited green logistic implementation. Green logistic means improving the environmental sustainability of the supply chains. This includes cutting carbon emissions, using eco-friendly packaging, and improving the efficiency of transportation. However, financial and technological barriers still hinder the adoption of green logistic in Malaysia. Even though many businesses understanding the value of sustainability, they often lack the research to fully adopt green practice. The majority of consumers, especially UMK students, are not well informed about this program, which result in poor input and application. To put in another way, if students are not aware and do not applicate green logistic method, their effect will be limited. Lastly is low sustainability awareness and engagement. Eco-friendly packaging, the use of green power, and carbon neutral shipping being examples of sustainability activities that go beyond logistics. Public input is often limited, including among university students. Because of this effort, many students are not ready to spend more on ecological solutions, even though it may indicate an affection for eco-friendly packaging. This calls attention to the difference between awareness and real conduct. Universities are critical for increasing sustainability practice and environmental education. We can find strategy to promote more sustainable consumer behavior and assist Malaysia's larger sustainability objective by comprehending UMK student awareness and perception of green delivery service. Next, I will talk about the problem statement that I wish to investigate more. First, given the fact that UMK students often shopping online on sites like Lazada, Shopee and TikTok Shop, they are less aware of how this activity affect the environment. For example, sending product in a lot of poor packaging result in waste and carbon emission. Second, there are still few eco-friendly shipping choice. As a result, students fail to see or select this option. Given the fact that of green program, many students find them costly or inconvenient. This shows that being aware by itself does not always result in successful action. Finally, the aspect that most affect student awareness and impression of shipping are still not clear. Therefore, the purpose of my research is to determine how UMK student awareness and perception of green shipping are impacted by e-commerce, green logistic practice, and sustainability activities. This will help government learn how to effectively motivate students to make better business decisions. The objective of this study is to determine the factor that affect UMK student perception and awareness of green delivery service. E-commerce, sustainability and green logistics, where is three primary focus. The main research topic look at how this element affects students' awareness and perception, and then which factor has the biggest impact. The objective are to identify the most significant element and determine how each element impacts student awareness and perception of green delivery service. For the scope of this study, our research focused on understanding consumer awareness and perception of green delivery service, mainly among students at Pengkalan Cepal University Malaysia Kelantan. We look at three important factors that affect student awareness and perception: e-commerce, green logistics, and sustainability initiative. Students in college from a range of degrees include our target demographic, since they are active internet consumer, and support for sustainable buying in future. We have limited the study to the UMK area to make sure it is realistic and relevant. Systematic look at will be used to collect data so that we may learn about reaction, experience and awareness of green delivery method. The ultimate goals of the research is to obtain useful knowledge about how to promote sustainable delivery in e-commerce and higher education environment.
I will now explain the significance of study. The study enhanced the theoretical framework for sustainable logistics by analyzing the impact of e-commerce, green logistic practices and sustainability initiatives on consumer awareness and perception of green delivery services. It also explores how student attitude, environmental knowledge and social responsibility influence their acceptance of green delivery options, addressing the gap noted by Joe et al. 2024 regarding low consumer knowledge and improvement in green logistics. By focusing on university students as active e-commerce users, the study provides new insight into young consumer evaluation of sustainability in delivery services. Finding benefits stakeholders including logistics and e-commerce firms informing green delivery practices. Policymakers gain evidence to enhance sustainability campaign aligning with Malaysia SDGs and Net Zero 2050. For UMK, the result highlight the need for sustainability education and green initiatives. The study also raises awareness among students and the community regarding the environmental impact of delivery choices, promoting sustainable consumption behavior. Next, I will explain the key definition used in this study. This term helps clarify the concept related to green delivery and consumer awareness. Green delivery services refer to environmentally friendly delivery practices under green logistics. These include optimizing transport routes to save fuel, using electric or hybrid delivery vehicle, and applying recyclable or biodegradable packaging. The main goal is to reduce the ecological footprint throughout the delivery process. E-commerce usage means buying and selling products through digital platform. It has transformed the business landscape by creating an online marketplace that is easily accessible to both consumers and companies. Green logistics focuses on making logistic operation more environmentally responsible. It acts as a bridge between resources, producers and consumers and supports the development of a sustainable and circular economy by reducing environmental impact. Sustainability initiatives refer to action that balance ecological needs and resource usage for the long term. With the rise of e-commerce and demand for fast delivery, industry must adopt greener strategy to maintain environmental sustainability. Consumer awareness is the level of knowledge and consciousness consumers have about an issue. In this study, it involves how aware consumers are about green delivery services. Perception refers to how consumers interpret or view green delivery based on their belief, experience, and social background. Stronger belief in environmental responsibility often leads to more environmentally friendly behavior. This study integrates the theory of planned behavior (TPB) and the green consumer behavior theory to explore how UMK student awareness and perception of eco-friendly delivery options are influenced by their attitude towards green delivery, social expectation regarding sustainability, and their perceived ability to opt for eco-friendly choices. The TPB emphasizes that these components shape behavior, while the green consumer behavior theory posits that greater environmental knowledge leads to more sustainable purchasing decisions, supported by previous study from Robert, 1996.
Next, I will present about previous study. Firstly, Kawa and Piranski 2021 highlight that the rapid growth of e-commerce exposes consumers to more information about delivery processes, which increases their awareness regarding environmental issues. Similarly, Lim et al. 2020 found that the frequent online shoppers show higher concerns for sustainable delivery choices compared to traditional customers. Secondly, past study on green logistics show consistent result. Lin et al. 2020 demonstrated that green logistic practices such as eco-friendly packaging and road optimization positively influence consumer perception. This is supported by Ahmed et al. 2021, who found that customers are more satisfied with companies that implement green logistic because they believe the company is acting responsibly. Thirdly, the influence of sustainability initiative is strongly supported in the literature. Hunt et al. 2021 found that sustainability campaigns can significantly change consumer attitude. Meanwhile, Govindan and Hassan 2020 emphasized that institutional sustainability effort increase overall environmental awareness, especially among young customers. Furthermore, UN Ramadan 2021 explained that awareness and perception improve when consumers are exposed to environmental information regularly, especially through digital platforms. Goyen et al. 2022 also found that university students tend to be more open and supportive of green delivery services due their education level and frequent use on online shopping platforms. Overall, this previous study showed that the e-commerce usage, green logistic practices, and sustainability initiatives play important roles in shaping consumer awareness and perception toward green delivery services. These findings justify the variable and hypothesis developed in this study. Next, I will explain about hypothesis statement. H1 proposed that e-commerce usage has a significant influence on consumer awareness and perception. This hypothesis is supported by Kawa and Piranski 2021, who found that increasing online shopping activities enhance consumer understanding of delivery processes, which indirectly increases their awareness of environmental issues. H2 examines the relationship between green logistic practices and consumer awareness and perception. Past study by Lin et al. 2020 and Ahmed et al. 2021 indicate that when logistics companies adopt eco-friendly practices such as green packaging and efficient routing, consumers tend to develop a positive perception towards green delivery services. H3 focuses on sustainability initiative according Han et al. 2021 and Govindan and Hassan 2020. Sustainability campaign and environmentally policies significantly influence consumer attitude and raise awareness about green practices. Therefore, we hypothesize that sustainability initiatives also have a strong influence on awareness and perception among UMK students. Next, I will explain about conceptual framework. The conceptual framework in this study is developed based on established findings from previous research. The development of the hypothesis in this study is supported by the both empirical finding and theoretical foundation. For H1, the relationship between e-commerce usage and consumer awareness and perception is supported by Kawa and Piranski 2021, who found that frequent online shopping increases consumers' exposure to environmental issues. This is aligned with the theory of planned behavior, Hudson 1991, which states that repeated behavior engagement shapes attitude and awareness. For H2, green logistic practices are found to influence consumer awareness and perception, as demonstrated by Lin et al. 2020 and Ahmad et al. 2021. And this relationship also consistent with TPB, where environmentally responsibility logistic practices shape positive attitude and subjective norms. Meanwhile, H3 is supported by Han et al. 2021 and Govindan and Hassan 2020, who highlight the importance of sustainability initiative in improving environmental attitude. This aligns with the Green Consumer Theory, Ppta 1992, which explained that when consumers are exposed to sustainability effort, their environment awareness and positive perception toward green delivery services increase. Therefore, all hypotheses are grounded in strong theoretical support and previous empirical studies. Next, about research methodology. Firstly, research design. The study adopts a quantitative research design using a structured questionnaire. This approach allows us to measure the relationship between the independent variable and dependent variable in a clear and objective manner. The data collected is suitable for statistical analysis using SPSS. Next, for data collection method, we use primary data through online questionnaire distributed via Google Form to UMK Pekanjapa students. Convenient sampling was chosen to ensure easy and wide distribution. The questionnaire used a 5-point Likert scale to measure e-commerce usage, green logistic practices, sustainability initiative, and consumer awareness and perception. This method allowed us to collect responses quickly and efficiently.
I will describe about the study population. Students at University Malaysia Kelantan, especially students at the Pangkalan Chippa campus, are considered the population in this study because UMK students frequently utilize online delivery and shopping service like GrabFood, Shopee, TikTok Shop, and Foodpanda. They were selected. There are ideas for looking at awareness and attitude of green delivery service because they use this service frequently. Next is the sample size. I used the Craigie and Morgan table to get the proper sample size. From the 1,300 students accepted at UMK Campus Kota, the table indicates that 219 respondents is the necessary sample size. Using 95% trust and a 5% margin of error, this figure is believed to be correct to represent the population. Lastly, the method for sampling, I am using a probability sampling technique. Each student had an equal chance of being chosen for this study. The survey were shared via mobile device, Google Form, and WhatsApp group. This approach made it simple for students from different faculties to access the data and ensure that it was relevant and varied.
The study used a bilingual questionnaire with 3 sections: Section A, demography; Section B, independent variable; and Section C, dependent variable. A 5-point Likert scale was used for response. A pilot test ensured the questions were clear and reliable. Each variable in this study is measured through specific dimension based on past research. E-commerce usage is measured using 2 dimensions: green purchase intention and support for green e-commerce practices. Green logistic practice include environmental impact awareness and adoption of green practice. Sustainability initiatives are measured through green delivery practice and environmental responsibility. The dependent variable, consumer awareness and perception, capture respondent understanding and evaluation of sustainable delivery services. For data analysis purpose, SPSS software was used as the main platform. The initial step involves checking the data set to ensure that there were no missing, erroneous, or suspicious value before the analysis continued. Next, descriptive analysis was conducted to illustrate the demographic profile of the respondent as well as the general trend in the answer given. Normality tests were also conducted to ensure that the data met the statistical assumption required for subsequent analysis. To assess the level of consistency of the questionnaire instrument, Cronbach alpha reliability test was used. Then, Pearson correlation was conducted to determine the strength and direction of the relationship between the variables studied. Finally, multiple regression analysis was used to assess the influence of the independent variables on the dependent variable, specifically regarding the level of awareness and perception of students toward green delivery services.